Bachelor Nation, it's finally over. That's right. Tonight is the finale of one of the most shocking seasons in the history of the show, in the history of the world. That's right. And Elizabeth has got a sneak peek. She talked to one of the Bachelor bosses. Now, give it to me straight. If there's any chance of Colton giving me a rose, Bevy the Bachelorette, sounds good.
Not this time, Bevy. But here's the thing. I'm going to go through what happened on the crazy part one of the finale. Let me get out my notes. Okay, so after Colton was dumped by Cassie, he tried to escape the house by jumping the fence. We all remember that, right? Well, then he shocked everyone by choosing nobody, okay? He dumped two women, Tasia and Hannah G. The episode ended in a huge cliffhanger with Colton knocking on Cassie's door. Well, I did get a sneak peek into tonight's episode, the finale. I spoke to ABC executive Rob Mills for Variety. He told me it's not going to be like your typical Bachelor finale where you have Neil Lane, the famous jeweler, picking out engagement rings. So as a good reporter, I said, well, does that mean there's no engagement? He said, no, I'm not going to give that away. There's still a possibility.
Hollywood is getting rocked by a scandal. That's right. Desperate Housewives star Felicity Huffman and Full House actress Loughlin have been busted in a college admissions cheating scam surrounding their kids. I'm fired up.
Yep. This is really, honestly, this is one of the craziest stories I think that we have ever covered. So here's what's going on. Felicity Huffman was arrested this morning.
Clink, clink.
So she and Lori Loughlin are part of 40 people, more than 40 people, who were indicted in a large-scale scam. So the actresses and other rich people, they allegedly paid hefty bribes. I'm talking really hefty, as much as $6.5 million per student to get their kids into elite schools such as Yale, Stanford, and Georgetown, okay? So the scheme involved cheating on college entrance exams like the SATs and ACTs and bribing administrators to designate students as athletic recruits when they're not on the athletic team at all. Now, the alleged ringleader of this whole big scam is a man by the name of Rick Singer. Wow.
Well, I mean, according to court documents, Felicity and her husband, William H. Macy, they reportedly made a charitable contribution of up to $15,000. The thing is, the charity actually doesn't exist, and they made this contribution to get their kids into school.
And then that means it's also a tax write-off.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's a tax write-off,
So
but the money, it allegedly went towards the college entrance exam for their eldest daughter. Now, in Lori Loughlin's case, she and her husband, Massimo Giannulli, you know, he's the designer. He had that Target clothing line,
big fashion
I believe.
designer. Very
so
successful.
they reportedly paid up to $500,000. Yes, that's bribe money as well, to have their two daughters designated to a crew team at USC. The thing is, they don't even participate in crew.
Right. It's a complete scam, completely made up.
We need to shout out Kim Kardashian. Thanks to her, a man who was just released from prison won't have to worry about rent for 5 years. You guys, I love this story. So his name is Matthew Charles, and he's the first person to be released from jail as a result of the new Prison Reform Act that Kim actually helped pass. And so here's the story. You know, he couldn't find housing as a result of him being an ex-con in his background. And so since, you know, he's been out of prison, he can't find housing. And so Kim actually reached out to him, and she told him that she would pay his rent for 5 years. Now, she didn't do it for publicity. In fact, she didn't want anyone to know, but it was just too good for him not to share. And this is what he said about it. He said, Kim did not do this for attention or publicity, but I had to share it because it's too good not to, and my heart is about to burst with happiness.
I love
My heart is bursting with happiness.
I love it. And I have to say this, kudos to Kim Kardashian, because the reason why recidivism rates are always so high is because oftentimes ex-cons cannot find housing as well as jobs. So she's really given this man a leg up, a hand up. And so I salute her for that.
You know, who knew that Kim Kardashian would be doing prison reform and Aunt Becky would be a scam artist? Like, I would have never thought that. But we do have to talk about Kim Kardashian because last night she celebrated wrapping season 16 of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, okay? So the family, they hit up a roller skating rink, but Kanye, in true Kanye form, he didn't roller skate, he skateboarded, because why not? But, you know, I remember when I last interviewed Kris Jenner, actually at the 10-year anniversary, I asked her how long can Keeping Up with the Kardashians go on, and she told me, she used to joke, it's gonna be when Kylie gets married in 20 years. And now that's not too far off. It's been 16 seasons. Kylie has a baby, and she's not married, but like essentially. So who knew it would last this long, right?
Well, I have to say, going skating with just that few little bit of people seems very lonely. I don't like that. They should go with the public, I think. Well, anyway, Kim may be a philanthropist with 16 seasons of a show under her belt, but she might need to buy a watch. You know, she was at the Chance the Rapper's wedding, her and Kanye, but it turns out they got there really late. So there's a photo of them arriving so late that they had to stand in the back while the proceedings were being held and everything. And then, of course, on top of that, as I mentioned before, Kanye had on a ridiculous outfit.
Queen wants more Bohemian Rhapsody, that is. So according to Rudy Dolezal, who directed dozens of Queen videos, apparently a sequel is in the works. He told us that the band and management, they want to do a sequel to the movie. We spoke to him and the manager, Jim Beach. Apparently they're already planning it, and it starts where the film ends. You know, the ending of the film, it ended at Live 8, yes. And so Dolezal told us that they're already talking about it, and he wouldn't be surprised if it's already greenlit.
Oh, well, you know.
Just greedy.
It does make sense, though, when it comes, you know, Hollywood is a business, if you've heard it. When it comes to the box office, the film has already made nearly $900 million, which is huge, and it won 4 Oscars. So it certainly has the accolades and the box office power to warrant a sequel. But Brian May, who's, of course, the guitarist for Queen, he also hinted about a sequel. He said that there is more of Freddie Mercury's tale to tell, but a rep for Queen said they haven't heard anything about a sequel.
All right, let's move on to Gwyneth Paltrow. She may be rich, she may be beautiful, but she still got ghosted by the world's wealthiest man, Jeff Bezos.
What school did she go to?
I don't know
No,
what school. But anyway, so according to Gwyneth, she gave an interview to Poppy Harlow from CNN at South by Southwest. They were on a panel, and so she told a story. She's talked about this before. She told a story, and she mentioned it in the Wall Street Journal, that she had a mentor. She was looking for mentors and powerful people like Jeff Bezos. She wanted to talk to him to get advice, and so she actually called him, and she never heard back from him. And so he saw the interview in the Wall Street Journal, so he actually reached out to Gwyneth Paltrow. He sent her an email, subject line, Jeff Bezos. And he said,
That's right.
Yes, and he said, I heard you wanted to talk to me. And so she, of course, naturally, she called him, and he didn't pick up. She hasn't, well, actually, no, she responded to the email, and she said, I wanted to pick your brain. I just wanted to talk to you to pick your brain. He did not reply.
She got ghosted twice.
Meaning he ghosted her.
Yeah, but you know why? Because the busy people don't like their brains picked. I hate it when people are like, can I pick your brain? No. You can like pick up, you know, me a lunch or a dinner or something. Maybe.
Well, she laughed it off, and she said that Jeff, of course, has a lot going on.